From Ed Fountain Park in the Summerlin section of Las Vegas, Nevada, this is the 2012 Las Vegas Mayor's Cup International. Hello again, everybody. I'm Greg G.K. Porter, along with Bill Williams on the camera. This match features Akfc United 98 and Real Tuzos 98 out of Phoenix, Arizona. Let's get the lineups for both squads. First, for the Akfc Alaskan team, they're head coached by Troy Leatherman. The assistant coaches are T.R. Stonebeck, Matt Fraley, and Jamie Chu as the team manager. The keeper is Connor Johnson. Number 2 is Kyle Broach. Number 3 is Colton Bell. Number 4 is Blake Hepler. 5 is Talon Stanley. 6 is Elijah Moses. 7 is Ben Sandy. 9 is Brendan Doyle. 10 is Drini Redzepi. 11 is Josh Jackman. 12 is Bailey Leatherman. 13 is Cade Johnstone. 14 is Jacob Chu. 15 is Lorenzo Davis. And 16 is Alex Valdez. And let's get the lineup for Real Tuzos. They're head coached by Jesse Cardena. And also the assistant coach is David Sainz. The keeper will be Gilberto Sanchez. Number 2 is Cesar Molina. Number 4 is Jesse Correa. Number 6 is Asmir De Jesus. Number 7 is David Sainz. 8 is Leonardo Hernandez. 9, Aaron Ortiz. 10 is Herman Munoz. 11, Luis Sanchez. 12 is Jose Larios Lopez. 14, Jose Reyes. 20, Juan Martinez. 19, Christian Hernandez. 22, Jaime Lopez. 23, Angel Herrera. 91 is Kane Barcenius. 101 is Eduardo Garcia. And 131 is Jorge Cortez. And that's your lineups for both squads. And now with the soccer ball is Bailey Leatherman sending that ball forward, looking for Ben Sandy. And Sandy trying to get to the point where that ball came down, could not. And now it's in the deep back, but there's a whistle, and there will be a free kick. And quickly, Real Tuzos want to go out wide. Real Tuzos is a team that was the semifinalist in the same bracket, Telemundo bracket, of the Las Vegas Mayor's Cup International back in October. They won the Tuzos Soccer Challenge. They were the Far West Region League first place team. That ball goes out of play. The throw-in for the Alaskan visitors on this windy afternoon. Bailey Leatherman getting a touch there. Akfc 98, they won the Alaskan Airlines Cup, and they were semifinalists in the Dallas Texan tournament, the Fall Festival back in November. And they were also finalists in the Fall North Invitational. Free kick now for Akfc in its 0-0 match. Bill Williams bringing you the sights and sounds here at Ed Fountain Park. And out wide, just outside the 18-yard box, Alex Valdez with it. Valdez trying to get it back, and he was dispossessed for a moment. But that ball, I believe, went out of play, and it should be a throw-in now for Real Tuzos. The ball with geometric designs of the world's most famous sport, football in most countries, soccer in this country. We got another sport called football. And you see the direction there with the linesman in his flag of how hard that wind is blowing. So it's an advantage for Real Tuzos. And they drive that ball across midfield, looking for somebody there. couldn't get somebody. Here's Leatherman now. Leatherman couldn't control it. They take it away and send it all the way down into the 18-yard box. But coming off his line is Connor Johnson. He had plenty of time and space that time to make the play. Intercepted there in the central. Real Tuzos. And they still have it along their left flank. Tried to get a player to run onto it that time. It went out of play, was knocked out in the deep back, but they touched it last, Real Tuzos. And the throw in. But into space, getting a quick touch there was Hernandez. He was dispossessed, but it goes through the central now, and coming onto it there was Jackman. Jackman sending it out wide. Valdez didn't get to it. Into space, though, is Kyle Broach. And now that ball is sent into the 18-yard box for Real Tuzos. Try to get somebody to strike it, but not able to get a subsequent touch that time. So on the near side, it will go out of play. And a throw-in, though, for the all-white from the Arizona area in this Las Vegas Mayor's Cup International for 2012. Leatherman now has it in the central, sending it to Sandy, but he didn't get a touch on it. It was sent back in their own defensive half, but they still have it with Valdez. Valdez looking up forward. He was trying to get Moses to get to it. He couldn't. And now they got to retreat back again, and it goes out of play along the far side touchline. 0-0 your score. I'm Greg G.K. Porter. Again, Bill Williams bringing you the sights and sounds. Watching AKFC out of the Matanuska area of Alaska, not too far from Anchorage. This ball sent to the 18-yard box. Intercepted, protecting AKFC, and they have it in the central, but a giveaway now, and they got to retreat back into their own box, but nobody is close to the soccer ball in AKFC. With a goal kick as it went past the goal line. Nice intercept that time by Martinez. Couldn't get a teammate to run onto it, but now they have a big chance in the 18-yard box, and it goes out wide, a service, and partially knocked past the goal line that time by, I believe that was Brendan Doyle trying to defend, and it was, and so now they're going to get a corner kick. Real Tuzos with the corner kick. Garcia going to take it, and he sweeps it into the 18. And you saw that ball died there, but now they get another strike. And another chance, partially deflected into the 18. And a try that time by Jose Ruiz. And they don't get what they wanted out of it. However, they're going to get an opportunity for a CK. In this nil match, you saw there were two balls in the field of play. And doing a fine job of getting that out of there was Alex Valdez. And a Bennick ball up high, and it hits the top of frame. And so it's going to be a goal kick for AKFC. So far in this match, getting the touches and probing on their attack has been Real Tuzos. AKFC United not really doing anything against this win so far. Let's see what they can do up the field this time. Going out wide, Valdez not able to get to it as that ball just kind of sailed away from him. So the throw in for Real Tuzos at the midfield area here at Ed Fountain Park. Mayor's Cup 2012. They do get a strike now into the 18, partially deflected over into the corner. Can he keep it in? Juan Martinez not able to keep it in. But was it knocked out by AKFC? Maybe it was. And yes, it was. So it's going to be a throw-in. Martinez throws it in. Gets a return pass. Off the header and into the central of the 6-yard box, but they couldn't get a strike on it. And now onto that soccer ball is Bailey Leatherman, but they give it away. Into the corner. Trying to get a service that time was Hernandez, and Hernandez knocked it past the goal line. Just couldn't get to that soccer ball. The ball was pushed away by that strong wind. Along the right flank, AKFC losing the soccer ball. So now in the attacking third, just outside the box, Real Tuzos trying to center that ball, but it was intercepted into space. Upfield, here's Leatherman now. Sandy trying to help out into space. Can't win it. And now it's sent quickly, but they do get the intercept, AKFC. 50-50 ball, and now there's going to be a foul. And it's going to be a foul against AKFC. United 98. Free kick. Cesar Molina with a free kick. In the 18, they've got a player there in a space, but nicely done. Getting it out of danger there was Talon Stanley. And in the 18-yard box, a strike and missing the far post. But he's got a player on the other end of it in an 18-yard box. And serving that ball wide of frame. Unless AKFC touched it, then it'll be a corner kick, and I guess it is. It's going to be a corner kick. And it's 0-0 match here at Ed Fountain Park. About 20 minutes or so. Or actually, that was yesterday. Today, more like about 5 to 10 minutes from the strip. Up in the air, it hits the top of frame, and a keeper is able to get to it. Connor Johnson finding that soccer ball as they had a very good strike. And it went off the top of the frame and nearly were able to put it in the back of the net. The D-backs, and on the near side, it goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Alaskan team out of their own defensive third. Yesterday, we had the sun and very little clouds. It's about the same maybe as it was yesterday at this time of day, but the difference is a lot more wind today here at the Mayor's Cup. Throw-in out of their own defensive half, and it is knocked out of play in his boys under 14 match. Josh Jackman. His pass. Now it caroms toward the interior now. Trying to get to it out wide. There was Alex Valdez. He couldn't hold on to it, and now they'll have to retreat back. On the wide side, Luis Sanchez. Sanchez turns. His service is a pretty good one. They get a subsequent strike, and now trying another one. And this one will be driven out of the 18-yard box. So they had quite a few strikes there in that attacking third and in around the 18-yard box. But not able to get the one they wanted right at the keeper, Connor Johnson. Or away from him in the back of the net. And it's 0-0 match. Throw in out of their own deep third for AKFC. Again, I'm Greg G.K. Porter with Bill Williams on a camera bringing you the sights and sounds on this windy afternoon. I'm sure you can hear it. And that ball sent up forward towards midfield, but not able to get to the soccer ball. And obviously you saw it there being slowed up. Jaime Lopez finds his teammate. Nice distribution and a service. The header, and they can't get another one. However, they have it just outside the top of the box, and it's going to go over frame. You look at the height of these young men, and it's hard to realize this is a boys under 14 match. So the goal kick for Akfc. A team that has been very strong through the years, up the central, and that ball stays in play. Nice play by Jackman. Jackman getting it over to Moses. Moses has his teammate Sandy, and it's over the top of the net. Ben Sandy, a bid that time, a little bit too high, quite a bit that time. So the goal kick now. Gilberto Sanchez setting it up. Sanchez getting it all the way past midfield, and it goes out of play. But they'll get the opportunity to throw it in at midfield. It is 0-0 match. Winding our way towards halftime. Will somebody put one in the back of the net? The all-white have had the closest opportunities, as you've seen, to put it in the back of the net. Will that continue, or will runs like Ben Sandy and Josh Jackman continue? Into space. Taken away, nicely done. Davis sending it all the way up forward. And Sandy went down, and it's going to be a free kick. Good free kick. Sending it up forward. And Jackman victimized here for the foul. Good free kick. Nice pass quickly. The 1-2 they call it. But they couldn't go any further with the play. Hepler sending it down to central, but right at the defender, and he drives it all the way back into the defensive half of Akfc. And trying to protect there in the space was Kyle Broach. Kyle, the kid that has loved his science projects over the years, as we've had an opportunity to talk to him. My late father being a science teacher, the high school variety. And out of their own defensive third, sending it across midfield and out of play. So the throw in again for the D-backs. Center ref calling a foul into space, unless it was a throw-in. Tough for me to see. Remember, I'm at ground level, and it was just what I thought it was, a foul in the 18. Sandy, the header, and he heads that ball out of play in a far side touchline. It'll be a throw-in for the D-backs. D-backs just outside the 18. On the top of the box, and then a blast over and hitting that fence back there. So way too much on that one. Needed to have that ball settle down a little bit and then take the shot. Easy for me to say, not easy to do all the time, especially when you're trying to strike that soccer ball before somebody can get over there and try and block it or take it away from you. Into space. Jackman, his pass intercepted, getting into space that time was Munoz. They quickly go on a counterattack on the near side, the right flank. The D-backs putting pressure again. And in the space there was Talon Stanley, though, protecting. And in doing so, he's going to give up a corner. They've been somewhat dangerous on their corner kicks. Let's see if it continues here. You see which direction the flag is blowing there. Keeping it on the low side for the D-backs. Maybe just want to try to keep AKFC guessing. On the outside now, a service, but that's going to be wide of frame. In this 0-0 match. Troy Leatherman and his assistant coaches would like to see a little bit more play in a defensive half of the D-backs. Down the central. Stiffening up, though, AKFC. There's a ball put into the space, into the corner, but getting to it there was Brendan Doyle. Doyle not able to handle it, and when you're not able to handle it in that situation, again, you're going to give up to CK. You see the golf course right next door here at Ed Fountain Park. On this February President's Day weekend. The shot is a good one, and it is knocked out of play past the goal line quickly. That was danger in the 6-yard box. Unfortunately, AKFC getting to the soccer ball and driving it out of play in that box and potentially into the back of the net. The chip. The header was by AKFC. Getting to it there was Hepler, driving it out of the 18. However, they still have it in the defensive half. And that's going to work. A little bit too aggressive that time on that left flank, so it's going to be a free kick for the Alaskan visitors. Time running down here in the first half. On the third day of action. Started Friday night, Saturday. Here we are on Sunday. These are the games you need to win. You're to have a chance to win the tournament. And that foul is going to go against the D-backs. And a free kick now for the all blue. Brendan Doyle. Young man that we have not seen on this team before, but surely he's made his mark. And he can make his mark again here into the 18 with the service, and they couldn't get the subsequent strike. So they're going to have to retreat back quickly. Getting over there in the corner is Lorenzo Davis. Davis, that ball goes by him. The header. And they try to get another strike, and they do it. It's a goal. Go, 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 goal. In a 6-yard box, they had a player there, and he was able to find the soccer ball and put it into the back of the net. I believe it was Angel Herrera who was able to put that one in the back of the net. And we'll verify that at halftime, but it is 1-0 at any rate. The D-backs. So they had a good counterattack up the field, and this time they were able to finish. Leatherman couldn't go any further, dispossessed, and now out to the wide. And it goes past the goal line, but it was lastly touched down. by the D-back, so it'll be a goal kick. Ball driven upfield. Down into the 18, and Connor Johnson able to make the save. He had time and space that time. Johnson sending it to the near side. It goes out of play now, and it'll be a throw-in for the D-backs. Herrera. Leatherman's pass intercepted. And Johnson has to come off his line, and he's able to get a hand on it. And now he'll drive it upfield. Nice decision by Connor Johnson. Otherwise, that's a play that is probably going to end up with a ball in the back of the net. And the central. Far side, trying to keep it in, and they are able to do just that. In the space, so ball sent to the 18, but too much pace on it, and it'll be a goal kick. In this 1-0 match, Diamondbacks leading, and substitution for Akfc. And if there was a substitution for the all-white, we will mention it as they touch that soccer ball. Leatherman couldn't get to it, and now he goes after it. Nice play. Bailey, a player that controls that soccer ball really well and seems to understand the game very, very well. But his team, he and his team have some work to do, down 1-0. Luis Sanchez with a free kick. And he gets it over the wall, but it's also over the top of the frame. So goal kick, Akfc. Ball driven to midfield and beyond. Sandy trying to get it, can't quite do so. On the far side. They continue, and a strike, and that's going to go wide of the far post. Enjoying all the action here at the 2012 Las Vegas Mayor's Cup International. Lots of good action from teams around the United States and, of course, in Canada, playing here in this tournament. On the wide side, De Jesus finds his teammate there, Luis Sanchez. Sanchez, service into the box, trying to get a header on the backside. Can't do that as it goes past the goal line. Had too much air on it, and it just sailed away from number 10 there, Herman Munoz. So the goal kick for AKFC. The header right there in the central. Getting a touch there was Davis. And now on a 50-50. And the double whistle. That is the end of the first half with a score. The Diamondbacks 1, AKFC 0. Stick with us. You'll see the action at halftime of the players paying attention to their coaches and their instruction. Remember, soccer can be a tale of two halves, and we'll be right back.
United!
1-0 the score. Goal by Angel Herrera. The Diamondbacks sponsored Real Tuzos squad. Real Tuzos going from right to left and left to right is AKFC out of Alaska. Ball sent, and an offsides call. A little bit too ambitious towards getting to the soccer ball that time, being behind the last defender. And so what you're going to have now is a goal kick. Actually, I should say a free kick. Humberto Sanchez driving that ball up to midfield. And the win scenario in the second half is going to work against the all-white. As that wind is going lengthwise across the field. Running onto it, Garcia into space. Slows it down. Finds a teammate there. On a counterattack. Trying to do something, and they could not, AKFC. They had a player fall down. Correa. On the near side. Down to central, Leatherman. And he tried to get that ball over to Sandy, but it was a little bit in front of him. As it came down, and now they have a runner down to central. And even more, they have one in the 18-yard box. And sitting in the back post. And the goal! Go, 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 goal! And it is 2-0. A good flurry up the field, Real Tuzos. And they lead 2-0. Didn't quite see who scored that goal, but they have their second goal of the match. And one of the players went down on a play, and that was Juan Martinez. Leatherman now has it. Of course, Martinez staying in the match. In the central. Nick Keeper. Hepler. Tuzos. Martinez out wide. Went behind Munoz, but he has it now. In his space. Still have possession. Center ref allowing him to play on, and that could be a problem if it continues, in a sense where young players have a way of trying to get back at you. And in the center ref's defense, maybe he was not quite looking at that play. Throw in, Akfc. Got quite a bit of work to do here in the second half against a gallant Real Tuzos squad. We've done this team for 3 prior matches through over 3 years, and only one time did they lose. But this is not exactly the same team as it was the last time. And again, as you get older, it gets harder and harder. The corner kick. Leonardo Hernandez setting it up. Signs service. Can't get a subsequent touch that time. Gonna be no offsides call. Wind chill factor blowing this one into the 50s. As if the wind was not blowing. Be usually probably around in the middle 60s. But that's Las Vegas for you. And if you come to Vegas during the winter time, you know that. But then the alternative is coming during the summertime when you've got extreme heat. So you try and hopefully you catch it when there's not a lot of wind going on. And it's just a nice, pleasant in the 60s, maybe even 70s, low 70s, which is the way it's going to be the rest of the week. In the 18-yard box, and getting to that soccer ball that time was Lorenzo Davis, driving it out of play. On the near side, the throw-in. The strike intercepted and knocked out of play. The strike that time by Jaime Lopez. Throw in David Signs. Lopez, Signs. Try to go back to Lopez, he didn't get it. The header by Ortiz, but it came back the other way. Jaime Lopez, and in the wide side, it goes out of play. It is 2-0 match. The team from Arizona leading the team from Alaska. Greg G.K. Porter with Bill Williams on the camera, bringing you the sights and sounds from Ed Fountain Park. Not too many minutes north of the Strip here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Aaron Ortiz, his team can't go further. And now they win it again in the center circle. And that is Ortiz, but Ortiz had too much on the back that time of Drini Redzepi. So now the free kick out of their own defensive half into the 18-yard box. That hit Ben Sandy right there in the breadbasket, but he's able to get to it. Looking for Jackman, but instead it went to Stanley, who sent it into the corner. They're still trying to keep the offensive attack going in that 18-yard box. Looks like it's going to be a free kick. So the free kick now. Tuzos sending the ball up forward to the attacking third. And a yellow card comes out. One of the players from Real Tuzos got the yellow card. Ball driven to 18-yard box and driven out quickly. Akfc now. Nobody there in and around the 18. Picking it up quickly there is Gilberto Sanchez. And Sanchez takes a bounce and drives it, but it's intercepted quickly by Leatherman. Leatherman can't quite get to it. Jackman on the far side. Leatherman, the header, looking for Sandy. Redzepi was in the area now, push off. And maybe a yellow card. Can't elbow. Now both teams have a player with a yellow card. And a free kick. And I say you can't elbow. There are players that do that, but they just hope the center ref doesn't see it, or either the linesman. But if they see it, they will card you. Into the 18. Plenty of players of the all blue there protecting the top of the 18. Redzepi trying to get it, can't. Jackman goes down. Center ref says there will be a foul on the play. And a free kick. As Akfc down by 2 here in the second half. Can they put one into the back of the net and cut the lead in half? As they move up the field. Real Tuzos now. Another intercept and all the way down toward the attacking third. As they continue on the near side with Leonardo Hernandez, he service, and it doesn't get to its intended target. However, still chasing it down is Juan Martinez. And now going after it is Lopez, and they have it going up the field again. But stopped there nicely by Drini Redzepi, and he sends one looking for Sandy, and he didn't get there. Drini gets it again, but only momentarily, as Jaime Lopez has it, sends it down the right flank. Fighting for that space there, Juan Martinez. And Akfc stiffening up outside the 18. Ben Sandy now going after the soccer ball. And he goes down. And that's a bright play by Ben Sandy. We've seen him do it before on the Langevin Productions. And that's a way that you can draw a foul on a player. One of those big-time professional moves at midfield. On a bounce. Winning it in the deep back, Real Tuzos, and they're trying to get that long ball going down the right flank. Taken away, though. Now here's Bailey Leatherman, but Leatherman lost control of it that time. So back the other way, but he got support by Stanley. Stanley and Jackman. Stanley loses it now. Here's Aaron Ortiz. Ortiz goes out wide, gets a return pass as they go 1-2. Right there in the central, Juan Martinez, and Martinez was hit hard that time, and he is trying to shake it off. And back they go the other way on a counterattack. AKFC down 2-0, and it caroms into the box, but nobody was there. And able to shepherd it back to his keeper was Eduardo Garcia. Pinching in, though, into the 18 now. In the corner. And what do we have? It's going to be a corner kick. So corner kick for AKFC. Remember, they have the win working for them. Blake Hepler taking it. Hepler from the near side. Let's see if he outswings it or in-swings it. Hepler! And can't get anybody to strike it in the box. Leatherman couldn't get it, but they do get a strike now. Leatherman a touch. Numerous players from both teams in the central there. And that's going to be a foul. And maybe a yellow card. And yes, Ben Sandy booked on that play. Has to be careful. Free kick now. Out of your own defensive third, Real Tuzos. And they have the lead on the scoreboard, 2-0. The Arizona Diamondbacks sponsor team. Obviously out of Arizona. Against the Alaskan visitors. Of quite a very skilled nature out of Alaska. They continue to come to these tournaments in Vegas and do well. Two times AKFC in the Mayor's Cup tournaments have made it to the semifinals. One time they lost by PKs from getting into the final. The keeper slingshotting it. He didn't have much time that time, was David Sines. Well, he's able to get it upfield. They still have it in their own defensive half. As going after it there was Juan Martinez. Player going down, and the center ref says, I'm not going to book anybody on that play. I'm just going to call it a foul. In its 2-0 match, just beyond the midfield stripe in their own defensive half, Real Tuzos on this windy Sunday of the President's Day weekend. Along the right flank for Aaron Ortiz, trying to go forward, and quickly his same number on AKFC, Brendan Doyle, was there to knock it out of play. Substitutions are coming in now for the all-white of Real Tuzos. Looks like Luis Sanchez, number 11, is coming into the match. And I believe, yes, it's Jorge Cortez also into the match. And if there were some players that came in for AKFC, we will mention them as they touch that soccer ball. Bailey Leatherman wants to take off with the soccer ball. He has it, and it is going to be a free kick. AKFC now with a free kick out of their own defensive half, all the way up the central. That has been the place where they've been strong over the years. And Sandy just couldn't quite get to it as a nice play by the alternate number, David Sines, coming up to make the play. In his central now, getting it to Sandy, and a shot, and he just missed wide of frame. Nice play that time by Alex Valdez. He got it to Sandy, and Sandy took the shot, and he was just a little bit off target that time. And that might have been their closest opportunity to put one in the back of the net. Maybe Valdez should have took the shot. But either way, they can be lethal, both of the two. In his 2-0 match, the goal kick, the line drive. AKFC now in the central. And having to go get it was Kyle Broach as it went behind him. But he found it and was able to drive it all the way up the field, but too much pace for Ben Sandy. Sines finds his teammate, but it's intercepted that time by Leatherman. Leatherman asking for the soccer ball, and he has it. Gets it to his teammate, Drini Redzepi. Nice move. Redzepi has Valdez, and he almost had a handball, but either way, the center ref did not see it, and he took the shot, but he just didn't get anything on the soccer ball. And they had a nice little play going on the right side that time, the right flank. And Leatherman was integral in that, starting that play, as he's done for so many years. And just getting a warning, Bailey Leatherman, arguably the shortest player out there, but that has nothing to do with his skill level. He's been part of a national pool player scenario. Into the 18. And now it's going to be a free kick out of their own defensive third, just past the arc. And the header down the left flank. Towards Sandy, but he couldn't get to it. As they stiffen up in the deep back. Real Tuzos continuing to enjoy this 2-0 lead. And as the time goes off the clock, it works more and more in their favor towards winning this soccer match. And as I said earlier, you win today, that's going to help you win the tournament. Because there are not too many games left possibly to be played. All the way back to Sanchez. And Gilberto missed Leatherman, and in the central, AKFC with Stanley now. Stanley gets to it, but it goes out of play. It was knocked off of the foot, the center ref says, of Stanley. The throw in by a couple players into the space. The Real Tuzos winning it. They maintain possession with Sines coming up from the back. David Sines, but they go right by him. Still, the support is Lopez. Sines now dispossessed. Redzepi. Sines. And it's going to be a free kick. And a little bit physical there. And no card brought out yet. Into the 18. Not a bad ball into the 18, but they just couldn't head it. One of their players, obviously, as you saw, it got headed out of play by the Akfc. 98 United squad. From the city, about an hour from Anchorage. It goes past the goal line. It'll be a corner kick. Knocked pass by Akfc. And it's 2-0 match. You score a goal here, and it's virtually impossible to come back. The in-swinger knocked out quickly by Akfc, but they still have it. Real Tuzos outside the 18. The service again. The strike. Can't get anything in the box, but now they do, and it's right at Connor Johnson, and Johnson able to make the save. Didn't have to go left or right. Was able to eye that one pretty good. Sending it all the way down the field. Sandy now, who has shown his speed over the years, but that time he couldn't control it. And it's going to be a throw-in. But substitutions will come in first for Real Tuzos. '23 is one of them. Angel Herrera is back into the match. We didn't see the other one, and we do now. Osmir De Jesus is into the match, number 6. Into the central. And De Jesus playing in a wing position. He tries to get it to his teammate Herrera. He almost stumbled over the soccer ball, but now he wins it back. Takes a shot. It's blocked, and it's up in the air now. Going after it is Alex Valdez, but he couldn't get it. Real Tuzos, they have players with a strike in the central, and it was right there for Lorenzo Davis. Nobody else there for the all-white on the near side. And that ball is going to go out of play. Chasing it down is Signs. And there's going to be a substitution coming in. Alex Valdez is coming out of the match. And they get a fresh player in, does Akfc. Down 2-0 in the attacking third. Need to try to make something happen here. Red Zeppi into the corner. He can't control the soccer ball, but they knock it out. Do Real Tuzos. So the throw in again. Just outside the box, Drini Red Zeppi. Red Zeppi shielding the player away from the ball. He still has it, but can he get it to his teammate? He could not. However, he did get the all-white to knock it out of play. Going to be a free kick. So center ref called a foul on the play. Drini Red Zeppi, his service, trying to get somebody on the backside, up in the air, and Sanchez is able to make the save. So they do get one on net, but not in the back of the net. And at this point in the match, that's what you want if you're Akfc. You need to stop the other team from going up the field and playing in your defensive half. You need a lot of touches, and you need to stay in their defensive half. But can they do it? In the center circle with Signs. The high line. And maybe it might be even higher as this match continues here. Late here in the second half. In his space. Colton Bell. Bell, a new player that we have not seen on this Akfc team. As some of the others, and Davis. He heading the ball there, and Davis now has it. Davis driving the ball out of play in a far side touchline. It'll be a throw-in for Real Tuzos, leading 2-0. Greg G.K. Porter enjoying the action along with Bill Williams here in Las Vegas, Nevada, north of the Strip suburbs. Ed Fountain Park, AKFC. They've got it. Trying to go upfield. Down their left flank. They do get a service toward the central, but nobody's there. Bell gets to it, but too late, and it goes out of play. And they want it on the pitch as much as possible. Here's Talon Stanley. Gets a teammate to drive it off of one of the Real Tuzos players. So now Blake Hepler will throw it in. Hepler, which way will he go with it? He wants to go toward the 18. Trying to get a strike by Sandy. Here's Leatherman. Drops it back. In the central, but they intercept it. And now here is the dangerous, the one who scored one of the 2 goals. And that is Herrera. And he goes down. And center ref says no foul, no harm, no foul. Down the central. Intercepted though. And they want to try it again. To try to get it to Herrera, and he has it. He heads it out to the wide. Or rather there in the central. As is the ball sent back to him in the 18 now. Has a player for a shot, and it just missed. Their opportunity on the back post. And fortunately enough, Osmir De Jesus had to be careful that time and hurting himself trying to get to that soccer ball and near that post. And he might have got a bit of that post in his attempt. But again, as they have had throughout this match, very threatening plays. As they say in the Premier League, probing plays towards trying to put the ball in the back of the net. They've had more of them than AKFC. And that is why they lead 2-0. But can AKFC find a way, the magic, to tie the match up? A loss will not help them towards winning the cup. And that's a double whistle. End of the match, and winning this match, Real Tuzos, 98-0 over AKFC, 98. We hope you enjoyed all this action from Ed Fountain Park, the Las Vegas Mayor's Cup International 2012. Stick with us. We will have closing comments, but before that, some interviews from those who participated in this match today. We'll be right back. Greg G.K. Porter back here on the wintery, blustery President's Day weekend here at Ed Fountain Park with AKFC 98, and you are?
Joshua Jackman.
Josh, we've talked before, and how have you been since then?
Good.
Okay, good. You continue to get taller as some of the other players I've seen. What's the nature of your squad now as you guys have gotten older? With the new players?
Definitely more. We're more as a team now. We kind of know each other a lot better than we used to, especially with all the new guys that came in. So, so we kind of came together as one over the past couple tournaments. Better, yeah.
Good deal. Describe basically how this tournament has gone for you guys, and in particular this game.
It's been going pretty good. This game, a couple of our players were having cramps and tight muscles, so we didn't play our best. But that should change over the rest of the tournament.
Okay. So your next game is going to be like a consolation game?
I'm not quite sure. It just matters if we get the wild card or not.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So it's basically hoping to get the wild card, and maybe you guys still have a chance to win this tournament, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty much.
All right. Well, again, I believe it was science was your favorite subject. Is that still your favorite subject?
No.
No. Okay. What's your favorite subject now?
Not school.
Okay. It's a little bit tougher now as you get older, huh?
Yep.
All right. You got favorite music you listen to, or favorite video games that you play?
No, not really. But music, just hip hop, rap, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
No.
Any favorite artists?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, anything you'd like to say to anybody watching this video about this tournament and the rest of the year?
Yeah, I'd like to say hello to my friends back in Alaska,
Okay.
in Kenai.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks again, Josh.
Thank you.
Okay, and you are?
I am Brendan Doyle. I'm the captain of AKFC. I recently joined AKFC last year.
Okay.
And, yeah. And I'm from Anchorage, Alaska.
Okay, okay.
I'm in 8th grade, and I go to Romeg Middle School.
Okay, okay. Brendan, talk about your squad. I mean, obviously, I've seen some improvements. I've seen some things that, are going to make you guys more lethal in playing in these tournaments. You guys have been, this squad has been very lethal throughout the years. So talk a little bit about that.
I think most of all, how we could get better is we're just developing as a team, getting to know each other a little bit better.
Okay.
We have a couple new players like Talon Stanley. He just joined this team just this tournament, and he's a nice contribution to the team. And we're just getting new players all the time, and just connecting better as a team. And how we can be more lethal is we just need to start possessing the ball a little bit better, and start taking our chances.
Well said. When it's not soccer for you, what's the favorite thing that you like to be involved in?
Just hanging out with friends. When I'm not doing homework, just relaxing with friends.
Okay. All right. No fishing up there? I know you guys do fishing up there and all kinds of other recreational activities.
I'll occasionally go fishing with my dad a couple times, sometimes. Yeah, just summertime, just soccer pretty much. A lot of soccer.
All right. Well, anything you'd like to say to anybody watching this video?
Yeah, like Josh, I'd like to say hi to my friends back in Alaska.
Okay.
I hope they're doing well.
All right. Thank you very much, Brendan, and good luck the rest of this tournament and the rest of the year, okay?
Thank you.
Greg G.K. Porter back here with another one of the AKFC 98 players, and you are?
I'm Lorenzo Fraley, center defense, number 15.
Okay. Lorenzo, talk about, being back there playing defense, in particular this game, but the whole tournament as well.
Well, playing defense in these games, it's good for skill because we're playing a lot of great teams with fast defenders, strikers, and they'll just play the ball, and you have to be really focused. Like one lapse, and they'll get the goal. So it's pretty fun. This tournament was kind of hard for me because I was sick. Like I missed 8 days of school before this.
Wow.
So I was coming in, and then it was hard and tough, but we played through it, and then I think
Starting to feel better?
yes, yeah.
Well, you're a new player. Obviously, this team is evolving into something even more dynamic than it has before. We've done this team before 3 different times. They were two wins and no losses and 1 tie. And so they're very successful when they come on the videos. And this is the first time they've ever lost. So it's still 2 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. So that's still pretty good. So talk a little bit about what you guys can do moving forward in the rest of this tournament if you guys get the wild card.
Rest of this tournament, if we get the wild card, even if we don't, we just need to play more mentally instead of trying to be physical and just speed. Because our last game that we played, it was just all this, let's go score. We weren't playing the ball enough, like our first game. So it was this, we need to go on with how we were playing that second game, and then we should be good.
Talk about things outside of soccer that are important for you.
Friends, family, God.
Yes.
I like to skateboard.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anything you'd like to say to your parents or anybody watching this video?
Hey,
Sounds good. Good luck in the rest of the tournament and the rest of the year, okay?
thank you.
Greg G.K. Porter telling you is 2-0 as you saw in this match against Real Tuzos. For Real Tuzos, the goal in the first half, and then they had one in the second half, and that was enough. We hope you enjoyed all the action at Ed Fountain Park, north of the Strip here in Las Vegas, Nevada. For Bill Williams on the camera, I'm Greg G.K. Porter saying, take care of yourself as always. God bless. And remember to save this one on your hard drive. Bye now.